Alright, timestamp March 23rd, I'm coming, 2026, about 9:20 in the morning. I've been up for 20, 30 minutes maybe. Scrap, you just went outside, you just came inside, you already did your business. Let the little guy come in. Come on, Dan. Hi. Still getting my bearings. Woke up incredibly congested, a little bit of a panic attack going on, you know. Right? Here you go, bud. Very congested. I've done horrible, horrible things regarding nose blowing and whatnot before I even press record. And I know comments like that are why I lose viewers. It's just reality, guys. Okay, I want to be able to get through here, Tan. You can enjoy your jerky and still let me past. Ah. Yeah. A little coyote action. Still doing the ghetto coffee thing because I spent many hours. Sorry, Dan, just turning around. Under the tarp out there on the lanai. Feel the shallow breathing. It's nice. Unpacking badly packed totes of glassware, repacking them, conserving newspaper. Seriously, entire sections of newspaper for a teacup. Unnecessary. So every tote that I empty, I'm basically fitting about a tote and a half of their packing back into it. You know, roughly. Doing some Harry and David vanilla cream brulee. Smells good. This takes precision in the hands of a surgeon. Should be bringing over today. Get it back down. What was I thinking? Oh man. So with Luther, he is still doing fabulous, by the way. This is my very fancy coaster for my coffee to make sure that I don't dribble too much bean juice onto paperwork. So they prescribed him a special urinary food. And it's a good all-purpose food too, but it does help guard against kidney stuff. I can feel the heart pounding. A 6 pound bag was $51. That was part of the $2,000 bill. Pix and I both have the theory that despite the fact that Florida is surrounded by water, the general water that gets pumped out of faucets and whatnot sucks. It was true in Hillsborough County, it's true here in Pasco County. The water is, it's not like Flint, Michigan bad, but it is hard water. And the popular theory is water that is considered hard water, probably not good for your kidneys and urinary. Build up crystallines and things like that. So, we're going to see if we can do this food all the time. It's pricey, but with like Science Diet, IM, some of those things, some of the more expensive high-end foods, kibbles anyway, typically they're so nutrient packed that the cats actually eat less of it. One of the reasons cats will plow through, a 20-pound bag of Purina is there's so much filler that they have to eat more to actually get what they need. Also lends to obesity and things of that nature. That's a true story. It's science. So we think that the 6 pounds will actually last a lot longer. And at the moment, it's just her and Stevie. Or him and Stevie, I should say. And Stevie is Pix's 6-pound white cat that every vet upon first meeting thinks is a kitten. Also true story. It's funny. Oh, it's a kitten. No, she's like 3. What? Not malnourished, just tiny. Little thing. Little like gray patch up here, little gray, black on the side, mostly white. So we're thinking that 6 pounds is actually going to last them a while. Not going to worry about trying to only Luther can eat this, Stevie can't eat it. Both eat it because the water there sucks. Stevie's had some UTIs and things of that nature over the years. They're twins. They're from the same litter. I think they're like 4. I think. Something like that. Yeah, I think they're 4. Yeah. That would make sense because they're about a year older than Hex. Hex is 3. Yeah. Yeah, Hex and I both woke up. I could see he had snot, and he's my sinus cat anyway, but he's congested too. Pets are supposed to resemble their owners, right? So he's been sneezing his way around the house since we got up. So she's bringing what's left of the Purina from there to here because, and good timing because just emptied the bag this morning. I don't have an order in, so I'm going to have a cat revolt here soon. I got a stockpile of canned. That will definitely appease the peasants. That's way better than cake. They know that sound too. If you're a cat owner, you know what I mean. That they know that sound. Somebody at Doctor Who Roku is awake because going to bed. Trodden, black and white. Hex was thrilled. I think Trodden's his favorite Doctor. Tomb of the Cybermen was on. Yeah. Didn't sleep well. I slept like 9 hours, but I know I woke up many times. Kind of the whole check the clock. 3 in the morning. No, too early. Why am I awake? I don't know. Let's try this again, But I woke up to Enemy of the World at one point, and Seeds of Death. think is the name of it. It's an Ice Warrior plot to basically poison the air of Earth to, annihilate the population and take over the planet. Because I think that Seeds of Death, the Seeds of Doom, is the Tom Baker, Sarah Jane, with basically the plant monster that they dig up in Antarctica. They dig up a pod and it infects somebody. That part's very The Thing. Except it doesn't, take over people, replicate them and all that. But the whole digging up the frozen pod and it infecting somebody aspect, very, very The Thing. Yeah, that's Seeds of Doom. This one's Seeds of Death. So yeah, at least 3 Patrick Trottons back to back, so this may be a Trotton day. Which, honestly, I'm so cool. They had Robots of Death on yesterday too. I am so very cool with Tom Baker. But, again, with the catalog that you've got Doctors 1 through 7. I wish they had the 8 movie, the Paul McGann, because I haven't even actually seen it. I've seen bits of it and whatnot. He would have been a fun Doctor to actually do a couple seasons with. Yeah, dashing, bit of a romantic, but still brilliant from what I can tell. Yeah, give me a couple seasons of Paul McGann, and I know Big Finish, they do the audio books and stuff like that, the audio dramas, but I haven't gotten into those. They cost money per, and I've heard snippets here and there, and they sound fabulous. It's like Doctor Who old-time radio, which I'm down with that. I used to listen to some of the old-time radio shows with my dad. He had them on, tape and whatnot, reel-to-reel. The Shadow, that kind of stuff. I dig it. Yeah, it's like audio theater. It's kind of cool. It's neat. You're doing a play, but only for the ears. Okay. I respect the art form. And what you've got to be able to do with ears only. That's pretty cool. Challenge accepted kind of thing. Okay. I can't show you, I have to tell you. But I don't want to narrate the whole thing, so I have to tell you in other ways. Okay. As an artist, I can appreciate the challenge of it. Kind of sounds like fun. I could do that. You know what I mean? That's an art form I could do. That would be cool. I love sound anyway. It's all sound and vocals. Neat. But yeah, no, Big Finish, they do a lot of really cool stuff. They the Big Finish. They do finish, dangling thread storylines from past episodes. And they get the original people to come back and voice their characters. And for those that have passed, they get people that sound really close. Which, cool. And they typically get support from a lot of the performers. A lot of the performers that are still alive have happily gone back and done studio recordings of them, which, that's awesome. You get that authenticity. Neat. But yeah, with a catalog of 1 through 7, and as much as I adore Tom Baker, because I do, it's been Tom Baker for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, ever since I flipped back to Roku Doctor Who off Star Trek. So at least 2 weeks, nothing but Tom Baker. It's like, guys, come on, let somebody else have an at-bat, Don't Trotton, okay? I know when I first started tuning in, they were going 1, 2, 3, and they'd each have a day or day and a half, which that's a good way to do it, I think. But I'm a Capricorn, I like symmetry, going right from 4 to 2. Okay, but it's not a 4. Down with it. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to get done today. I know I got to go to the post office. I have 8 sales to get out. Aw. It was a good weekend. And I got somebody trying to haggle with me some kind of combined price on some Among Us figures. I don't know where that's going to lead. And I got somebody else trying to lowball me on a Scooby-Doo figure lot. And to me, it's ironic, karmic, just as funny, because somebody was trying to lowball me on one of the other Scooby-Doo lots, and I kept declining their offer and like offering a counter offer that was more reasonable. I had it for like 18. They said, how about 9? I'm like, how about 16? I just listed it like 12 hours ago, and you're trying to offer me less than half what I'm asking. No, that's not even a thing. And they had just submitted some kind of other, like 12, and it just sold outright. Somebody else came along and went, 18? Yeah, I'll take that. Love that. Where be thy haggles now? Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, Folgers can suck it. This is the best part of waking up right here. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, that's good. Definitely want to get to Aldi today. Got a short list. Trying to conserve cash. After Luther went to the mall with our paycheck. Damn it, man. That hurt. We'll make it, but oof, that hurt. Mostly veg, yogurt. I'm going to get a couple boxes of Pop-Tarts, because then they have the big, like, double boxes of Pop-Tarts. A little low on flavor selections, usually just like strawberry, chocolate fudge, and I think brown sugar, cinnamon. And Alex will eat any of the 3. Tiny and I kind of prefer the strawberry. So I usually get like 2 strawberry and like 1 chocolate or something like that. Keep everybody in business, because I have one every now and then. It's nice to actually have something in the pantry that I like, Tiny announced to me recently that the coconut creamer is their favorite. So I can only get that at Aldi. Walmart doesn't really carry a great value on that. I can get the what is the brand? I don't know. It's not Carnation. Maybe it is. I don't know. They do carry a brand, but it's usually like 1.5, 2 times the price of like the generics. No. But Aldi usually has the coconut cream, so okay. Grab one of those for Tiny. And I instructed Alex, when I get the new bottle, don't use it. Let Tiny have, just like the sweet Italian cream. That's mine. Anybody touches it, fingers get broken. Just Philadelphia style. I will get all Roy Batty on your hand. No, leave it alone. I ain't playing. I'm also not AI. Hard to believe, right? Seriously, I keep seeing more and more AI on there. It's just like, it's hard to tell. Some of it. Really hard to tell. I'm a little concerned of, the general public and fact versus fiction, because the right video at the right time in the right place, you could really motivate people to be stupid. I mean, I think some of that's been going on for a little while anyway, but some of the stuff's pretty convincing. It looks like a real person in a real place. I mean, a lot of them, and maybe this is just from being a gamer, because I have a feeling my age group and older that aren't gamers are going to get duped by that a lot more than my age group that are gamers and younger. Just being honest. With a lot of them, they have that video game cutscene kind of look to them. There's almost a animated perfection to them. I can't even really classify it, but I can usually look at it and go, no, I don't know why I know it, but that's artificial. You know? I don't know. Yeah, it's like you're about to give Leon an update on, what they found out about Umbrella. He's standing by for the new intel, has that kind of vibe to it. But yeah, no, I'm a little concerned that a lot of my elders, and even people in my age group, I'm Gen X, and we're kind of a wild card, and I know that. I think half of us are on the ball and the other half got smothered by it. I think the other half I'm talking about kind of saw the boomers and went, yeah, I want to be that. Just me keeping it real. But that first half, we actually know what's going on. We're just tired. We did a lot of work because there were promises involved, and those promises turned out to be lies, so we're just kind of tired. That's just truth right there. The whole American dream thing, y'all changed the rules when we weren't looking. Because I'm doing exactly what the people that have huge bank accounts did. And I don't have a huge bank account. So I'm working on that. But some of the basics that we were told we were supposed to do, y'all moved the goalposts. And I say y'all, I'm talking about the powers that be. The rich white guys with the big old bellies and the cigars in the back room. You know what I mean. They're the ones that have their own private islands. That kind of people. Hedge firms, things of that nature. Yeah, those guys. I'm all of those guys. I prescribe to, and I don't normally care for Bill Maher, but the billionaire class, the Epstein class, if you will, that's pretty good terminology. They're not going to relinquish their money. They're really trying to buy their way into heaven or something. The orange guy's always saying how he thinks Bastille Day is a good idea. Well, do you actually know the history of that? You might change your opinion on that, sir. I said, tears streaming down my face. Big guy, tough guy. He needs a padded room. My dad has an extra bed in his room. They keep a good, careful eye on him. And they have the same condition. watching the symptoms. I see a video of the orange guy, and I'm like, God, my dad does that. Man, my dad did that last year. Holy cats, that's exactly like something my dad would do. He's got dementia, folks. He's got dementia, and he's pretty far along. That's why they keep giving him cognitive tests that he aces. Do we know that? We don't know that. They might not even tell him that. If they're giving you cognitive tests like every month, they're concerned. They're concerned. Most people don't get those. And it's not even a you turn 80, you get one. You usually get those when symptoms arise that make a doctor go, hey, let's do this. There's no, yeah. And they don't keep giving them to you unless you're not acing them. But hey, what do I know? I just watched both my parents go through it. One faster than the other, one in slow motion. I don't know what I'm talking about. I also didn't take a butt ton of psychology classes in college. No. Thought it might help me with theater, understanding the human mind and whatnot. Yeah, I know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a guy in charge whose brain is breaking. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And he's a narcissist. Oh, that's a great combination. That's a great combination to build from. It'll be fine. Yeah, buckle up. Yeah, let go. So yeah, I got 3 totes that had fabric, clothing, or tablecloths, or I'm not even sure. The plush, I know what that was. Because there was 2 totes of plush stuffies that were in plastic totes out there that weren't sealed correctly. Lids were broken and things of that nature. So they got moisture and hot and cold for 2 years, 6 years, I don't even know how long. So black mold, whole lot of mildew, funk. The tote of fabric, I don't know what it was because the whole thing had become kind of a black, slimy, matted pile of goo, to where when I was using gloves, I'm not completely stupid, only a little bit. I'd pick the top thing up and it would start to thread, pieces of it would start to drop off and whatnot, and maybe I was picking up pieces from the one below it. It was just a mass of goo. I don't even know. I wasn't even able to pick up some of it. I parked that whole tote around the side, and I showed Tiny, dump this into a trash bag, one of the big contractor bags, and then hose out the blue, it's one of the nesting lid totes. Leave it open in the sunlight to cure or dry, and if it gets hit by rain a couple more times after that, that's great, once we don't see black spots and whatnot. Because and also be careful, because this is how hospitalization happens right here. That was some nasty shit. So, but yeah, I repacked I've got 4 totes that are repacked, complete totes that can get stored, another 2 totes that are empty, and 1 broken tote that just needs a priest, splintered in my hand. Full on Young Frankenstein doorknob. I grabbed it, took the entire side of it off, It was that brittle from, again, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. No, I'm not blessing it. I can do that though if you want. It's like, oh, okay. Well, that's what's in it. Had a clear view of what was in it at that point. It was nice. The window pops right out. Like Lego. But making good progress out there. It is. There's cardboard boxes in there too. There's so much. A lot of bad ideas. A lot of bad ideas. You know, he had up some like thin plastic tarps and whatnot to try and keep out some of the weather, but it's not perfect. It's not airtight. I don't want to know how many roaches and silverfish I displaced yesterday. Everywhere. Glassware wise, just from a geeky standpoint, I did come across some McDonald's clear coffee mug. They're like short glass, from Batman Forever. They're like 3D frosted, like Two-Face, Riddler, Batman. No idea if they got any value to them or not, but just from a geeky standpoint, yeah, Batman Forever, I know, but cool, interesting. Some Disney ones too, which were some kind of McDonald's 25th anniversary glasses, and I think there were like 3 or 4. Each one was like a tribute to a park. Like one of them was Typhoon Lagoon, and I think one was MGM or Hollywood Studios, or it was the studios because it had Hollywood and Vine and like the Brown Derby on it, which are some of the roads in the studio park in Orlando. I'm not sure. It probably said the name of the park on the glass, and the only reason I know the names of the parks. That park has changed names a lot, and I don't remember what name it had on it. It would have been significant to the year that the glass was made. You know what I mean? Was it MGM Studios? Was it Disney MGM Studios? Was it Disney Studios? It's gone through like 3 or 4 name changes. But I remember seeing the like street sign that said Hollywood and Vine, and then Brown Derby was there and all that. I'm like, okay, this is studios. There's a studio glass. And then I found the Typhoon Lagoon one. I'm like, and I think I found 1 or 2 more. I found an Epcot one also. But I was like, okay, these are Disney Park commemorative glasses. This is interesting. Okay. But, you know, I'm not pulling things. I'm just rewrapping, packing. If I stopped and looked at everything that was interesting, I would add a couple hours to, you know, a 6-8 hour workday of just, ooh, let me peruse this. Let me look this up on eBay or whatever. You know, I don't do that. I'm just packing it right now. Because I can't do anything with it anyway. Not right now. You know. My dad is still here. I'm not allowed to sell any of his stuff. So, that's fine. I'm just going to try and make room, and it sounds horrible and mercenary, but when he passes, because it's a when, it's not an if. He's on the downward slope. This is probably the last 6 months. Could be in 10 minutes. Who knows? It's just truth. And I know it's going to hit me like a brick. I'm aware of that. And I've also been mourning in my own way for 3 years because I've been watching it all happen, trying to navigate around the rocks and having old people that shouldn't be on the bridge grab the wheel and yank it hard to a side or another, you know. So I've done my mourning. Ish. I'm still angry. But I'm going to be angry for a while because of the mess that I'm dealing with. So cut me some slack. This is going to wind up taking, between the 3 I've already done and the what's to come, I'm going to spend 5 years of my life trying to help them navigate through the end of theirs and clean up their mess. So if I seem angry or bitter, how would you feel? You get to spend 5 years cleaning up somebody else's mess. Somebody that should have known better. Drop everything, spend 5 years doing it, and tell me how you feel on the other side of it. I'm 3 years in. I'm angry. I admit that. I try to use it for motivational fuel and not sit in the corner and just swear. I swear while I'm wrapping glassware and such. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I talk to my mom daily. If she's listening, she doesn't like the words coming out of my mouth. I guarantee it. If she has some sense, if she is here listening kind of thing, if she has any kind of sense of what all's gone on, I'm hopeful. This may sound awful, but I'm hopeful she's doing this. You're right. You're right. I know. Sorry. Sorry. I know. You're right. That's all I want to hear right now. You know what I mean? When I said you were going to leave me with this, and you said, no, we have it handled, and I said, no, you don't. And you said, drop it. Well, remember that one? Your son was right. The whole fucking time. So, yeah, I'm going to get some yogurt here. One of the other things I got to get at Aldi. Creamer, a little bit of veg. I want to get some more carrot, celery, because I use them as ads for all kinds of dishes and whatnot. Need a bag of potatoes, actually. We're getting thin on that. Creamer. Because this pool of piranha drinks some coffee. Yeah. Not spending a lot of money, but you know, keep us marching. And Pix is bringing the bag of non-caviar from George Station. It's what we've started calling the UTI kidney cat food. It's caviar. So Luther and Stevie are having caviar, and they do like it, which is good. But they're not eating that much of it because, again, it's nutrient rich, and they're not eating as much because they don't need to for the filler, blah, blah, blah. But hopefully this will keep them both out of the hospital. It's prescription, so I don't know how we can swing it, but it would be nice to actually get everybody on it. Because, again, the water, at least in Pasco and Hillsborough County, sucks. And I'm sure that's why I lost Hoodoo. I'm sure. I don't want to lose anybody else. Not if I can help it. And maybe I can. You know? So, I'm going to get on with my dailies. You helped me through my panic attack. I appreciate it. Alright. Hug your parents until you can see their eyes bulging. Hug your kids is one of the newer micro machines. Came out about 10 years ago. U-Wing. Love it. Hug your kids. Realize that maybe they're right. Maybe they see things you don't because you're old and stuck in your ways. Maybe. Just maybe. Take a deep breath. One brick. One foot in front of the other. Make it a great day.